In any difficult situation, it is an opportunity to practice surrender, total surrender. And that's how I go about it. When a lot seems at stake, that is when your surrender is needed the most. And what that means is that you recognize your powerlessness to be able to control and manipulate everything to the way you want. And you see that when you try to do so, you only suffer. So surrender yourself, inwardly let go of attachment to all outcomes, and then trust what comes out of that. So when I'm in the middle of a difficult situation and I don't know how it's going to go and a lot seems to be at stake, I simply just surrender. I do my best to let go of attachment to any particular outcome or result. And then I just sort of give myself over to the moment. And then I trust whatever thought, speech, and action arises from that. And that is a great lesson I learned from doing these videos, from doing live meetings, especially. It requires you to surrender. When I just started doing that, when I started doing meetings in our self-inquiry school, in the beginning, I used to try to control those meetings. I wanted them to go as great as possible. I wanted to help as best as possible. But I started to recognize that I am powerless in my capacity to be able to control that outcome and to make it happen. Instead, I started to realize that when I do those meetings, and even here and now when I'm making this video, my responsibility is actually to surrender and just give myself over to this moment. That's the same approach I use in daily life, whether it's simple situations or hard situations, especially during hard situations, because you have no other option. The more you tread this path of self-inquiry, this path of self-knowledge, the more you are required to surrender. Otherwise, your inner suffering will become too great. It's a great mechanism built into life, right? Like it requires us to implement the practice. Otherwise, we are not happy. So surrender is the only way.